Buzzwole.
Shiny Buzzwole.
So there's so much on the line right here.
All right, and we are going to hop right into the action of top 4. JoshVGC going to be rocking the Guardy, the Finny. Oh, yeah, let's go, Finny. The Incineroar and the Landers, as Druthless is going to be rocking. That's Cresselia, the Snorlax, the Incineroar, and the Kangaskhan.
Yeah, so Kangaskhan definitely going to be the mega here on Druthless side. We've seen Kangaskhan rise heavily in popularity recently, doing really good work on the chalk teams. Also, would love to point out that Druthless was the 1, 3, and 2 seed to make it to top cut, and we see him in top 4. So this is huge motivation for you guys going in the future. If you're down 0-2 or 1-2, whatever, you think you're almost out of top cut, keep pushing. This man made top 4. And I think he's going to be doing some work here.
Absolutely. And with that beautiful introduction, man. Never give up. Never give up. Shia LaBeouf. Flex on him. We're going to go right into
Just do
it. Just do it, ladies and gentlemen. And we're going into the match. JoshVGC versus Druthless. Remember to tweet out the hype that is happening right now, because right after this, I mean, we should hopefully have our grand finals match, but we will see as Gardevoir and Finny come right into the fray, going up against Druthless's Cresselia and Snorlax. I don't know, that sounded really funny to me for some reason.
It's kind of funny to say, twist your tongue a little bit, but we're going to see the Feeny Misty Surge come out, Gardevoir going ahead and trace the Gluttony from Snorlax, but Gardevoir most likely going to be the Mega, so not able to take advantage of the Gluttony. We're going to see Incineroar come in, going to intimidate the Snorlax, bring its attack down a little bit, but if the Snorlax is carrying Belly Drum, then this Intimidate is going to be pointless. We're going to see Snorlax go for the Protect here.
Okay.
Not the most common move on Snorlax. It's most likely go for the Belly Drum and the Recycle. Feeny going to go ahead and go for the Calm Mind, boosting its special defense and its special attack. So it's going to be doing a lot more damage to Druthless' side of the field. And so you're going to go ahead and get the Trick Room up, and Snorlax is going to be in a very good position to potentially set up and start getting a sweep going here.
Yeah, so it's looking like to me right now that this might be a Z move, Tapu Fini, going for the calm, trying to Oko the Gluttony Snorlax, and just going for another Calm Mind. I think that kind of confirms the fact that this is not your average Tapu Fini. He is probably going to be rocking that Z move, wants to get the Snorlax before it could do anything, really.
Yeah, so we're going to see the Cresselia withdraw here, get out to the Kangaskhan. I'm going to let Druthless get some fake out pressure this next turn. And Snorlax is going to go ahead and go for the Protect, maybe trying to scout out and see if the Incineroar has the low kick or not. Incineroar going to go to the Flare Blades into the Snorlax, and we're going to see Finny go for the Moonblast into the Snorlax. So Josh trying to go ahead and double down on the Snorlax and get rid of it, recognizing that that is potentially the biggest threat on the opponent's side of the field.
Yes, both players playing extremely smart right now, trying to not set up a little bit too fast and to lose that berry, to lose that HP. But now Kangaskhan does pressure with the fake out, doesn't mind that there's some sort of trick room coming in.
And we're going to see the Kangaskhan go ahead and go for the fake out into the Feeny slot, going to prevent any strong damage coming out. Snorlax is going to go ahead and go for the Belly Drum here. So it is going to get a huge attack increase, going to be able to sweep through the opponent's side of the field, and because of the Gluttony ability, it's going to activate its berry and heal all the way back up to its health. And Feeny flinches because of the fake out, and that's the end of that turn. We're going to go ahead and see Feeny Protect here. Is fearing the Snorlax very, very, very heavily. We're going to see Landers also go for the Protect here, trying to stall out the Trick Room so it does not have to worry about Snorlax sweeping through the whole team. Snorlax going to return into the Landers, trying to get rid of that, and Kangaskhan going for the double edge into the Tapu Fini.
That is absolutely true. And all the miss of all of that mind games for the setup, the Trick Room has run out, and Cresselia is not on the field right now. So this is looking like not the best situation for Snorlax, especially since it doesn't have its berry. Probably not even opting to have the Recycle ability to begin with, and just opting for that Protect.
We see the Incineroar come in, intimidate the Landorus, and Snorlax going to go for the Protect here, prevent any sort of damage hitting it this turn.
And that is, oh, that's a ground EMC.
Ground EMC,
that's a ground EMC.
Not the Walteri EMC. So this Landorus is going to be doing a lot of damage to whatever it decides to target into. If it was the Snorlax, not going to be doing as much damage this turn.
Right, just going to go through that protect, and it is minus down in attack as well, so going to be doing even less damage than it normally would. Plus, Snarl, okay, that's a lot of damage.
Didn't really even do that much. The protect really helping a lot here. Moonblast coming into the Snorlax, but not going to be doing any damage.
That's pretty big. Impressive.
All right, Dubs. They're just going for the protect here. Fini also going for the protect, not wanting to take any sort of damage this turn, stopping any fake out coming in. Went into the Fini, and the Snorlax goes for the return into Fini, but because of the protect, no damage this turn.
Wow, this is really just turning into a game of like, are you going to read this protect? Are you going to get this trick room up? This is just a game of setups right now. Fini doesn't want to come off the field because it is at +2 right now. The Cresselia is going to be coming back in as Landers just decides to go for a Rock Slide, but on that switch in, it's not going to be doing a lot to Cresselia. Okay, almost. That's pretty big. That's
not
pretty impressive.
Fini going to go ahead for the Muddy Water here, see how much it's going to do. It is at +2, but Cresselia is very specially defensive. It's going to do a respectable chunk, maybe about 20-25%, somewhere in that range.
Yeah, that was definitely from the +2 boost that had just happened, and we're going to be seeing those rocks. Like, trying to get a flinch going, that is what you need to go for when you are behind, because to be honest, the Snorlax is looking way too scared, but Cresselia holds on, munches on that Wiki Berry, the Wikipedia berry, got all the Yo, Weedle, thank you so much for the videos. I appreciate it. Let's go. As the return finally comes out onto Landers, and Landers, unfortunately, goes down as the Trick Room set up.
Trick Room's going to come out here. Snorlax is going to be a very, very commanding position to sweep through Josh's side of the field. But we see the Incineroar come in, going to have the fake out pressure onto the Snorlax next turn. And that is going to be putting Druthless in a very interesting position here.
Right. I mean, it might just come back to the fact that we're going to have to see another wait out of Trick Room. But as Kangaskhan comes in, going to get its own fake out pressure going. As Snorlax just go for the protect, this Snorlax will not go up, down. It is persistent, ladies and gentlemen, as we actually see a U-turn instead of a fake out, going to get some repositioning control right now.
Yes, the Incineroar goes for the U-turn, going to bring the Gardevoir in here. Josh may be trying to reverse the Trick Room. Does not want the Snorlax sweeping through the entirety of his team. Tapu Fini going for the Moonblast into the Kangaskhan, and the +2 is going to be doing so much damage to Kangaskhan, almost KOing it.
Wow, and Gardevoir is going to protect. It actually wants to hang on to that parental bond because that is the most fun thing you could possibly get.
Do so much damage if he can use it, but Kangaskhan going for the fake out to the Gardevoir, and Snorlax returning into the Fini, but the double protect going to put this into Star Wars action.
Yes, I mean, it is a matter of just being able to get this Trick Room just not rolling right now. And how many times does Incineroar come in? What is Snorlax even at anymore? I feel like it's not even at +6.
Like, Snorlax is a negative, sorry, not negative, +4 right now.
+4.
Going back out, wants to have the fake out pressure for a future turn. Cresselia is coming in. We see the return go into the Fini. Druthless recognizes he wants that Fini gone, but that is one tanky Fini going to heal up with its berry. And let's see what Fini decides to go for. A Muddy Water. So we could be fishing for some accuracy drops here.
Yep, and should honestly do a respectable amount to poke. Look at that. Oh, and a critical hit on Snorlax. That is really big right there because Incineroar could pick up the pieces even if Fini goes down here as the fake out goes into the Lax. No protect coming through as we just see a Moonblast going into the Cresselia actually, and the Dimensions goes back to normal. The Muddy Water is looking super dangerous right now to this Snorlax setup as Incineroar just comes in, dropping the attack of Incineroar.
So we're going to see where the Incineroar wants to target its attack into the Druthless Incineroar, intimidating Josh's Incineroar. Snorlax protecting, does not want to go down despite its weakness. We see Fini go for the Moonblast, targeting the Incineroar slot. Maybe Josh calling that switch in, and Incineroar goes for a Flare Blitz into the Snorlax.
Into the Snorlax right there, and the battle timer has ran out.
I did not even realize the battle timer.
We can't even look at the battle timer. What? Wait a second. So
I think yes, Josh had more Pokemon, so Druthless was the one.
Yes, that is exactly what happened. There. So so Druthless actually ran out of time. That's what happened there.
Oh, right.
Druthless ran out of time. So that victory is actually going to go to Josh on the win condition of the timeout, which, I mean, you have a match like that where they're constantly trying to wait each other out. There's really, like, someone's going to run out of time, and Druthless was just unfortunately on the wrong side of the bed, the wrong side of the stick. I don't know how you want to describe it, but my goodness, what a game one. We have never gotten a timeout in Star Wars history.
No, and we see it come into play, the top 4 with all these matches, and we see Druthless had a very defensive-oriented team, having Protect on both his Snorlax and his Cresselia. Protect, not something you see on a lot of those commonly defensive mons. Most of the time, Cresselia usually doesn't opt for the Protect option. It just usually goes for the Wiki Berry to get some recovery in. And Snorlax usually has just the Recycle. We did not even see a Recycle come out from Druthless' Snorlax.
Yeah, I mean, opting to just go for the Protect instead, so probably has a Stomping Tantrum in the back just to deal with Pokemon like Aegislash and Heatran and stuff like that. But we are going to be going into our second match now as we see the adjustments coming in from Druthless right here with the Kartana. Kartana making an appearance once again, ladies and gentlemen. You guys know how much work Kartana has been putting in this single tournament, and Incineroar and Kangaskhan and Reuniclus actually. Well, Josh just rocking the same squad, only different orders right now.
Yeah, so Druthless, seeing the Katana maybe doing a lot more damage than some of his previous Pokemon that he bought here. Sacred Sword did a lot of work in previous matches that we saw, but unfortunately, the Sacred Sword's only going to be doing work against the Incineroar. Leaf Blade going to be doing a lot of damage, potentially to the Landorus. Feeny does not like Leaf Blades at all. Also, Gardevoir being a little less on the defensive side, not going to like that as well. And also, we're seeing the Reuniclus coming out here. I believe the Reuniclus that we saw Druthless featured with earlier had a berry and not the Psychium Z that we commonly see paired with Trick Room.
Exactly. So maybe not even running the Hypnosis. But with all of that being said, we are going to get right into game number 2. Here we go, guys. Remember, if you are enjoying, please be sure to tweet out the stream. Let everyone know that we got the hottest, the Charizard Y hottest, maybe X hottest. Both
hot.
Both extremely hot, but one is as the sun. So, like, we're just tweet out the stream. Let's go.
Power the sun there.
Power the sun up as the Kartana and the Incineroar come out on Druthless side of the field, and Landorus and Incineroar come out on JoshV. We're seeing a lot of Incineroar today as well. I know we're talking a lot about Katana, but Incineroar just putting in the work with that Intimidate with those fake outs, and it's, oh my god, okay, so many Intimidates coming out. Oh my goodness. We actually were able to see the entire order of how this is going to go. Kartana probably going to be able to go first, actually, but Kartana chooses to opt out, does not want to take a Flare Blitz to the face, won't enjoy that, as Reuniclus, the squishy, coming through. Let's go.
We see Druthless and Incineroar go first with the fake out here. JoshVGC opting not to go for a fake out. We're going to go for the Flare Blitz into the Kartana slot. He'll be doing about 25 to 20% health on the Reuniclus with the Flare Blitz.
Yep, and Reuniclus just decides to go for a Protect this turn, trying to protect itself from any more damage. Really wants to get the trigger, but as Landorus reveals the Swords Dance.
This is going to put Landorus at so much damage here. I ran a Landorus with a Swords Dance at the beginning of the season, and if it has the Ground EMZ, it does so much damage. It's almost insane. We're going to see the U-turn from the Incineroar come out and bring Kangaskhan in, so Druthless is going to have the fake out pressure for this turn here.
Right, and as the fake out comes out from Kangaskhan, choosing not to Mega Evolve this time, not getting that extra damage, could be some sort of strategy that we have, and the knockoff going to be coming through, and it is the Agua Berry battle. As Reuniclus actually goes for a Combine, we are setting up, ladies and gentlemen. We are setting up shop. Let's go.
Seeing the Calm Mind in here, it's looking a little too late for Reuniclus, so it is the slowest Mon on the field here. Kangaskhan will be able to come out and do some damage, but there's nothing really saving this Reuniclus from the double target, so it may just have to protect here and hopefully try and get a Trick Room up. It does go for the protect here. If this Landorus goes for a superpower and the Incineroar goes for a double up, we're going to see the Groundium Z come out from the Landorus, it looks like, and at plus 1, it's going to be doing a lot of damage to whatever it decides to go into.
Oh yeah, that is a ton of damage that you just do not want to take, especially at this point of the game. It's going to be super dangerous for Kangaskhan. I don't know. I'll be real. I think Kangaskhan kind of paper, like not the bulkiest. It's not an Aggron.
And with that +1, you know. Landers has 145 base attack. It's not going to be winning here.
It is.
Incineroar goes for the Flare Blitz into the protecting Reuniclus, and it's going to be a dull turn for this. And Kartana going to come out and hopefully help against this Landorus that has been so nuky.
Yes, and we're going to be seeing that Intimidate come back out along with a little bit of fake out pressure, which can definitely help out Kartana. Kartana has a lot of defense, so might be able to take something from Landers, but definitely cannot take a Flare Blitz. That's just quad affected, and that is just boom, exploded, it's done. Oh, but reading that and going straight for the Rock Slide, trying to get damage on both, even presumably taking out the Focus Sash on Kartana. Not going to have that opportunity this time, but Incineroar is actually going to switch out here as Tapu Fini comes in, sets up shop with that terrain.
Yes, Tapu Fini loves staring down an Incineroar, but the Kartana is a different story here. If Josh is carrying something like the Superpower, that may help a lot, but we see that it is a Rock Slide, Earthquake, and a Swords Dance set, so it's going to have a little bit of a hard time hitting this Kartana hard. But we see the Fly NEMC come out from Druthless's Kartana, so setting up the Tailwind and going to be able to outspeed everything on Josh's side, as well as getting the constant crits from Leaf Blade. So this may be exactly what Druthless needs to get back into a winning position.
Yeah, honestly, a phenomenal play because Landorus just protected, and now looks like Landorus is probably going to be taking that critical hit Leaf Blade, and that is exactly what we're going to see. Is it going to be enough to knock out? And that is going to be enough to knock out. Going to be able to get the Beast Boost, the +1 as well. So Kartana is looking like a big threat right now.
Yes, Incineroar trying to get the knockoff into the Fini, get rid of its item. We're going to see the Incineroar come in, going to negate Kartana's attack gain, but because of the critical hit, it's not going to matter that much. Still going to be doing so much damage here.
So much damage.
So Josh is going to have the fake out potential this turn. Kartana going for the protect, does not want to take a potential Flare Blitz. And we see Druthless's Incineroar go for the U-turn here, wanting to conserve that Intimidate support potentially.
All right, and as Reuniclus comes back out, it may potentially get knocked out next turn. Tapu Fini actually just getting ready for the battle that is about to ensue right now. Yes,
and we're going to have the fear that Kartana going in for the Leaf Blade into the Fini, even with the Calm Mind, but great play for Josh capitalizing on the Kartana protecting. We see Fini protect, does not want to take the Leaf Blade. Kartana's going for the
Sacred Sword into the Incineroar, and that is going to take him out, and now he is back at +1. Oh, wait, it's Landers, right?
He does have one.
Okay, so he's going back to neutral, but still, that's like a really big KO right there.
We see the Focus Blast come out from Druthless's end. The Tailwind is ending, so the Reuniclus is not going to be as fast, and he still has Gardevoir here.
Now, Gardevoir does pressure with that Hyper Voice. We do know that Kartana does not have Focus Sash, and it is super frail on the special defensive side. So really facing down two monsters, even though it looks like they don't have super effective moves on it, like an Ice Beam, of Hyper Voice. It's going to be doing a lot to this card.
Right, despite having great resistances because of that Steel type. But we see here that the Gardevoir is going to go ahead and Mega Evolve. Could just see a Hyper Voice coming out, maybe a Protect, not wanting to see any sort of Leaf Blade crits coming into it. Kartana protects, doesn't want to take any damage, but Gardevoir is going to go for the Hyper Voice. Going to do a lot of damage to the Incineroar. We're going to see that because of that damage, that is not going to be an Assault Vest. It is going to be the Berry, healing it up 50% of its health, bringing it to a comfortable range thanks to the Mago Berry. And Fini's going for a Muddy Water, and that Fini being at +2.
That is certainly gonna KO, especially without that Assault Vest. The Berry just not coming into clutch that play in particular, and the Misty Terrain goes away, and now there is a Kartana going up against a Gardevoir Finny. I mean, Reuniclus is there, but Reuniclus is kind of like, what am I supposed to do about this, bro?
Yeah, so we see Gardevoir Protector doesn't want to take any Leaf Blades, and the Leaf Blade targets the Gardevoir, failing to go into the Feeny, and the Feeny capitalizes on this, going for the special attack, hitting Reuniclus, KOing it, bringing Kartana down to 50%. So despite Kartana having that crit hit, it is not looking too well for it.
That was a huge play right there. And even though Gardevoir is going to go down, Tapu Fini still has that Moonblast on deck. And if that Muddy Water did that much, it is looking grim. This Moonblast is certainly going to pick up the KO with those Kartana Paper Thin special defenses.
Yes, so that match really coming down to the wire there. A lot of board positioning, a lot of switching around, and those two players really put on a great show for us.
Yes, so congratulations